Hello everybody, it's Andy here from A Media Games. In today's video, I'm going to be going over a couple of things that I wanted to add to yesterday's tutorial, but I didn't get. It was a bit late, and I didn't really get the time to do it. And I've had a sit and a think about it today. So I've decided to add it, kind of like to a part 2. So without further ado, let me jump in and I'll show you what I mean. So yesterday's video, we added in a timer. So top of the screen, we got a 10-second timer, and you can see there we've got some print strings giving us some information regarding whether or not we're dead. So we didn't make it to the safe zone, which is the white rectangle on the floor, so the player's dead. So how this is all set up, I'll put the link in the description for the video. There's not much point in me going all the way through it all today in this video, because you can just watch the other one and it'll teach you how to set it up. So a quick overview of it all. So we've got an event begin play with a delay, creating a widget, and this is all going to be checking how much time is left, checking the position of the player, and we have the overlap, which is just here, and this is going to detect if the player's overlapped, and if the player is overlapping, that means that it's true, is in the safe zone. So the player is true, well done, you live. If you're not in it, too bad, you're dead. Okay, so that was yesterday's tutorial, and this is kind of a part 2. In this one, if you're following along and you're watching part 2 first, I suggest you watch the other one first instead. It will make more sense. So this was a request of somebody who's a subscriber and over on Patreon, and they were struggling with kind of like a Squid Game red light green light kind of style thing. So in this video today, I'm going to be showing you how a really simple method to detect player velocity or movement. Is the player moving? True, and it's red light, then player's dead. If the player's moving, it's false, so he's not moving, then you'll live. So let's set that up. So first we're going to do, this is in the level blueprint. I'm going to get custom event, and this is going to be check. Let me just zoom in a little bit. There you go. F2 to rename. Check if player is moving. Excuse me. Now we're going to check to see if the player's moving. We're going to use a timer by event. So we're going to get set timer by event. I'm going to plug those two in. I'm going to get our delegate pin. I'm going to place that into the event. We're going to set the time to check every 0.1 seconds. This is going to go, okay, is the player moving every 0.1 seconds? If we were to use an event tick, it would be every single frame. So if you're playing the game at 60 frames per second, it's going to be checking constantly every 60 times per second if the player's moving. We don't need that amount of resource, so we're just going to do it every 0.1 seconds. We're going to check to looping, but we also need to call this, which is the initial fire off of the code. So we have the code here. This is the custom event, but we need to call the custom event some way. So we're going to go to our event begin play, like we set up yesterday in the video. I'm going to go and drop that in there. This is just going to fire it off the first time. So this is going to start that code. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is get the player character. So get player character, just like so. Out of here we want to get velocity. Get velocity. Drag, scroll down. We want it under transformation. Get velocity here. Target is actor, which is the player character actor. Out of here we want to split, and then we're going to get equal. So equal to 0. Copy and paste that 2 more times, just like so. Connect this into the A. So make sure each value goes into the A, and then we're going to have 0, 0, 0. So This is going to check to see if the player is moving in any of those axis points. If the player is jumping, for example, but not moving in a forward direction, if we were to only check on one axis, like let's say for example the X, which is our bottom left corner there, you got your red, which is your X-axis, that would be kind of a forward movement. If we were only checking on the X and not the Y and the Z, so the player could be jumping and it wouldn't do anything. So it would be a little bit weird. So this is going to check all of those axes, your pitch, roll and yaw. And now we're going to get a branch. Connect our set timer event into the branch. And we need to combine these, but if you notice, we can only connect one to a branch. So in order for us to connect three Boolean conditions into one branch, we need to get an AND Boolean, which is this one here. And then we're going to add a third pin, and then we can connect these up. And then pop that into there. So if the velocity equals 0, so equal, so it's equal to 0, then that means the player is not moving. So the condition here would be if the player is not moving, which is true. So let's get a print string. Oops, right click first. Print string. And then in our print string, we are going to connect that into true. I'm going to copy that, paste it, connect that into false. Okay, so if the velocity of the player is equal to 0, and that's true, then player is not moving. If the velocity of the player is not 0 and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc., etc., anything other than 0, player is moving. This one is going to be red, 3 seconds, and this one is going to be green. So this is just a visualizer so we can see what it's doing. I'm going to compile that, go into our level, and if you look at the top left, player is not moving, and when I walk, player is moving. When I stop, you can see I've changed it to red and green, right? Player is not moving. Red light, green light, red light, green light. So there's a really simple method how to set up the functionality to achieve a red light, green light game. So all you do now is you would, let's say for example, let's put a light in the game, point light, and let's get rid of our directional. Let's drop our directional light down to 0, and let's put our light above just here, like so. So we can see here we have our green light, and we'll make one more. We'll make one more. We'll make another one, and we'll make this one our green light, red light, sorry. So we have a red light and a green light. If the red light's on, let's do lumens, and we'll set them both to, let's say, 30, maybe 100 actually, there we go, and set the attenuation down to about 650, and then we'll do unlit mode so we can see what we're doing, and we'll turn these off. So visible. Okay, so in here we're going to add these two actors. So we have a reference to both of these. Because we've got our references to both of them now, we can compile that. I'm not going to save it because I've not got a level set up. It's just a tutorial level. So we have our two lights, but we want to name them. Excuse me, yawning away. We want to name them, so I'm going to name this one to green light. And I'm going to name this one to... wait. I've named the wrong thing. Red light. And I'm going to name this one to green light. I named the directional light by mistake. Okay, so we've got red light and green light. So if we go back in here, let's add a reference to these just so we get the red light, green light. There we go. Okay, so we have green and red. So, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to create a custom event and we're going to create a variable. Green light on, and we're going to create a second one, red light on. I'm going to bring them both in. We're going to set them both, but we're not going to connect them. We're just going to get the two set ones. So we're going to disconnect those, and we're going to get this is going to be our light switch, red / green, and then set timer by event, and then the time is going to be random float in range. Excuse me. Looping. I'm going to set between let's say 3 and 15. Okay. You can see what we're doing here, right? I'm going to get a flip-flop because we're going to go between the two lights, and we're going to set visibility, light component, move that out, and move that out a little bit more actually. Do that there. Do that there, and do the same. Pop that in there, pop that on top. So we have our green light, we have our red light, and we have our two sets. Red light on, green light on, and then we also want to do the opposite, green light off, red light off. So we now have the two opposites to each other. So if the green light is on, then red light is off. So the variable is set to false, just like this. And then we can, let's move these and get a branch, and then if red light is on, true, so let me just double check what I've done here. I've just confused myself. Okay, so if the velocity is 0 and that's true, oh no, this needs to be the other way around. Yeah, that's why it's confusing me. Yeah, so if the red light is on and that's true, and the velocity is not player is not moving. Okay, so then player, so this would basically be your kill event. So if we disconnect these, this would be your kill event for the player moving, right? So we have our red light and our branch. So we've got check player is moving, set time by event, time 0.1, looping, This one's going to be going between the two on a random event, and we have here so let's do a branch. Red light on, true. Green light on, false. Then it would be true in here, live, and then this one would be die. Yes. So this would be your fine, like you're not gonna die, so nothing's gonna happen. This would be your player's gonna die because they're moving. The red light is on, that's true, and the green light is off, so that's false. So the red light, we're currently in the red light, not the green light, and the player's moving to die. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Let's have a look. So then I would need to add the off command for the lights. So if we move these out a little bit, yeah, this is the difference between doing a video where you haven't sat down and planned it and a video where you just gone and spontaneously started to record without any prior thought, and it's really late as well, and I'm tired. So Control C, Control V, I'm going to copy that. That's going to go in here. That's going to go in here, and we'll do the same again. That's going to go in here, and then this is going to go here like that, and this is going to go here like this. This is going to be off, this is going to be on, this is going to be off, and this is going to be on. Okay, so let's see how that looks. So we should have, the light should come on, one of them. Let's see if let's just double check that. Did I actually fire that off? No, I didn't. So this would need to be fired off. Light switch, this one here. There we go. So now the code will fire. And let's set the timer as well. Let's do the widget, which was this one, and let's set the timer to something a little bit more realistic. So let's do 60 seconds. Save that, and let's go in. So we've got green light. Players can move when it's green, and when the red light comes on, oh, see, live, red. If I move, I'm dead. So I hope that made sense. I mean, I even confused myself. Look, if I'm moving now and the green light's on, nothing happens. If we pay close attention to the left side and I'm moving while the red light's on, I'm dead. If I stay still, I live. If I move, I'm dead. Green light, I can move, I can move, I can move. So what you would do to give the player a chance, because I just died then. So what you do to give the player a chance is you do an audio cue with a delay. So the player would hear the audio response. So you'd hear red light, and then like a second later or so, it would switch, because obviously you'd have to have an insane reaction speed to the light changing. Obviously I didn't make it to the safe zone, so now I'm dead. But you'd have to have a really insane kind of reaction time to see that light change before you die. So how I would do that is in this code. Let me move this out of the way just so I can kind of explain it better. So what I would do is I would probably add play sound 2D, and this would be green light, and this would be red light, and then we could move this out. And then we could add a delay. So it gives your player a little bit more of a fighting chance to actually kind of stop movement. I'd do 1 second on each. And then you do like a sound cue. So this would be how I would set up a really simple red light, green light kind of detection. So let's just quickly see that working. Let's go in game, and we can see green light. If I move, nothing happens. If I'm stood still when the light's on, I'm fine. I can move again. So yeah, you'd have to have a really fast reaction speed. Let's have a look. So where are these being set? Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, that would work. You could probably even do, I suppose it wouldn't really make a difference here because this is just the on and off. So the difference would be here, would be your detection time. So you do maybe 0.5 or 1. So you're going to check every 1 second. So let's see if this makes a difference. So if I'm moving and then it changes to red. Okay, so that gave me a fighting chance. So there's how I would set that up. I hope it's inspired people and encourages people to make games similar to this. I hope it helps anybody that might need the help. You know, here it is. If you like the video, please like it. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. Share it with other people that might want to learn, and of course subscribe to the channel to support me, which I'll continue to support you guys. So thanks very much for watching. Sorry that it wasn't a very strict to the point video like I usually do, but yeah, I hope it helps. I hope you've learned something, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye for now. Take care.